Hello and welcome. I'm Peggy. Thank you for letting us share a part of your day. And today we're going to have a good time because I'm going to learn what it's like to be a Girl Scout. And I'm waiting if they have a camp for grandmothers. But right now, we're going to delve into the Girl Scouts and what wonderful programs they have for all of our girls. And we're so blessed. And I have two very special people here. But before I introduce them, I have something I want to share with you. It's a little thing I read in a magazine, and I cut it out. And it says, "What is God like?" God is like Coca-Cola. He's the real thing. God is like Pan Am. He makes the going great. God is like General Electric. He lights your path. God is like Bear Aspirin. He works wonders. God is like Hallmark cards. He cared enough to send the very best. God is like Tide. He gets the stains out that others leave behind. God is like VO hairspray. He holds through all kinds of weather. God is like Dial soap. Aren't you glad you know him? And don't you wish everybody did? God is like Sears. He has everything. God is like Alka-Seltzer. Oh, what a relief he is. God is like Scotch tape. You can't see him, but you know he's there. God is like McDonald's. He'll do it all for you. God is like the American Express card. Don't leave home without him. And I just thought that was something, it caught my fancy, and I thought it was a fun thing. Now I want to introduce two very special people. The Girl Scouts of South Carolina, from the Midlands, the mountains to the Midlands. So you've covered it all. And I have here with me Amanda Housand and Michelle Pugh. Now, one of you must be a terrific swimmer because you are the head of all the swimming programs.
Yes, ma'am. The pool director at Camp Mary Elizabeth.
So that's pretty important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Camp Mary Elizabeth is where?
It's in Spartanburg, in the city of Spartanburg.
Okay.
Right in the heart.
Okay. And tell me now about what you do.
So I am the camp director at Camp Wayback, which is our resident camp, located in Marietta, which is just below the North Carolina-South Carolina state line. Oh, it is a beautiful place. You look up and there are the
foothills of the mountains.
Couldn't get prettier.
Yeah. So now you have all summer long.
We do. Both of our camps run programs all summer. Lots of opportunities for girls to come, whether it's to day camp or to resident camp, and experience all that Girl Scout Camp has to offer. Now,
you have a day camp?
Yes, ma'am.
They just come in the morning and go home in the evening?
Yes, ma'am. They'll go home about 5 o'clock. So they're home in time for dinner, but during the day they have all kinds of adventures.
All right, what are some of the things you do in a day camp with girls?
Well, they'll come in, they'll do their flag ceremonies and their songs. They'll go venture out into hiking, campfire meals, arts and crafts, of course, learning leadership skills, independence, and then in the afternoons they come to see me at the pool for lessons and a little free time before it's time to go home.
It sounds like and what age group would you invite? I mean, what age group are you looking at?
At Camp Mary Elizabeth, we do first graders through sixth graders.
First through sixth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do people have to sign up weeks and weeks in advance, or are there still some openings that somebody might want to?
Well, we do still have some openings available for this summer at Camp Mary Elizabeth. I'm sure, I think way back.
We have a few openings as well. I believe our website is up on the screen right now.
Okay.
And that's where you could go to find information. If you clicked on our information about camps, you'll come to a copy of our camp brochure. And that tells you all about our different weeks, and you would be able to look there to find out more about what your camper might be interested in, and also to find out about availability.
So you have girls with a variety of interests.
Yeah. We sure do. We cover a broad spectrum of activities, so we try to cater to girls who love art and girls who love the outdoors and girls who want to learn leadership. We have a little bit of everything.
And when you say learn leadership, how do you bring that about?
So Girl Scouts is actually the premier leadership organization in the country, arguably the world, for girls. We have statistically proven leadership opportunities for women to develop them into just great citizens and great leaders in the business world. So our programs at camp, we have specifically counselor and training programs. We teach them to work with younger girls. We teach them the outdoor skills and how to teach those skills, hoping that they'll come back and join us as staff.
So now they would come for a day or a week or all summer. It depends on what.
Our leadership programs are typically a little bit longer than normal sessions, so they're anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks, and then sometimes girls will stay on for additional leadership opportunities the rest of the summer.
Well, I want to show this. This is absolutely lovely. The power of camp. And this is your
That's our brochure.
for the summer. Yeah, I thought
Yes,
that was
ma'am.
very, very, very lovely. And there's all kinds of information in here.
That's right.
And I don't understand how people wouldn't absolutely flood their way to your doorstep if you have girls, because there's, turn off the television and get out there and enjoy God's world. And you give them a chance that maybe they wouldn't have just
That's our goal.
normally.
Absolutely.
Now, the Girl Scout, this is an international. The Girl Scouts are not just Americans.
So Girl Scouts are kind of broken down into a lot of segments. We have on the smallest level our troops or individually registered girls. And from there you move up to being part of a service unit. And your service unit is part of a council. So our council is Mountains to Midlands. And then we are part of Girl Scouts USA. So that would be our next step out. But there is an international program called WAGS, or the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts. So there are Girl Scouts all over the world.
Well, they're over 100 years old. The Girl Scouting is over 100 years old.
Right.
Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
And there are Girl Scout, you have camps, and they're all over.
All over.
Now, we're lucky to have this beautiful area here, looking up to the foothills of the Carolinas. What a lovely place to spend a day or a week or a summer.
Well, and we're lucky to have 2 facilities here in our council, both the resident camp, like you mentioned, in the foothills, and then Camp Mary Elizabeth up in Spartanburg.
Now, that is located right in Spartanburg?
Yes, ma'am, right in Spartanburg. For those that are watching, it's in the Westgate side of Spartanburg. Right in the middle. A lot of people wouldn't recognize it. They drive by it every day and would never know it.
Really?
So
Hidden
it's
gem.
It's hidden, but it's beautiful. It's on 56 acres of land. Who knew that would be hiding in the middle
Wooded
of Spartanburg?
land. I mean, it
So-
feels very rustic concerning you're right in the city, doesn't it?
It does, and we have a lot of hiking trails, and a lot of opportunities for those girls to learn what it's like to be outside, and of course hiking safety and camping without being disturbed by the city. So
Well, that was the other thing. You mentioned a magic word, safety, because I think that's something that certainly parents would be concerned about with a girl.
Absolutely.
You send a girl off and you want to know that she's in a safe environment. And you have, obviously, people like you who are going to be looking out for them, right?
oh yes, we keep plenty of counselors around. There's adults with all the girls all the time, so they're never alone.
And you are the swimmer?
Yes, ma'am. The pool director.
And at the pool, we follow all kinds of safety
yes.
rules, don't we?
We do. I have certified lifeguards through the American Red Cross
Now, wait a minute. Certified lifeguards
Yes,
on
ma'am.
duty
at the pool.
at the pool.
Yes, ma'am.
So they're never just turned
oh
loose.
no, never. We know there's always somebody watching you in the pool.
But do you actually give swimming lessons?
Oh, absolutely. And with those, our swim instructors are also certified as water safety instructors, and so they go in. They'll start from the youngest to teach them blowing bubbles and swimming and just keeping their head above water and getting comfortable with water, to those teaching backstrokes and treading water. And
So Amanda, like so many of our skills, it's progressive.
It is
There's
progressive.
something for every girl to learn.
absolutely.
How did you get involved in this?
I was actually a Girl Scout when I was younger. I went to Camp Mary Elizabeth
Oh,
and then decided, I think it would be a great opportunity to get involved with the Girl Scouts. just to be a part and give back and teach the girls to, be better citizens and leaders. And I think the Girl Scouts have a great platform for that.
Well, and Amanda, you've worked at Camp Mary Elizabeth before, isn't that right?
This is my second year with Camp Mary Elizabeth, so
And you teach them leadership.
yes, ma'am.
This brochure tells a lot. And I thought it was absolutely beautiful. But I would love the opportunity to go and actually see some of the things that you people do.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're always looking for volunteers, so you could come
Oh,
join
come on
us.
now, really?
You and everyone else out there watching, sure. We're always looking for people to be wonderful role models to girls and to help support our programming. Volunteers can also sign up through our website, so you could be one.
Well, now, that brings up a question. We always think about safety.
Yes.
That's a very big thing for most people.
Absolutely.
And if you're going to send a girl off, you got to know that she is cared for and that there is somebody there that's looking out for them.
So in the Girl Scouts, we have something called safety activity checkpoints. And that is
Wait a minute,
our...
back up. Safety activity checkpoints?
That's right. So that is our guidebook for Girl Scouts that shows the rules and regulations we have to follow to safely do an activity. And so every Girl Scout who participates in an activity that could have risk, and let's face it, most could have risk, right?
Yeah.
There are certain rules you have to follow. And we follow those rules stringently in all Girl Scout activities. And then at Camp Wayback, we're also accredited by the ACA, which is the American Camping Association, and they have very strict rules we have to follow. So we have multiple sets of rules that we're following to make sure that girls are always safe in everything they do at camp.
Now, I don't like to talk about money on television, but you try to keep the cost so that families can afford to send their daughter, for instance.
Right. We keep a competitive price structure, so it's very affordable. They can come for a week, or we have packages for half the summer, or for even the whole summer.
We do, and we have a small amount of camperships available to help people who need a little bit of assistance with that cost. And we do have spots available, don't we, Amanda?
We do.
You still have some slots?
Yes, it is not too late
available?
to register for camp.
So if somebody out there is interested, it isn't too late.
No, it's never too late.
And these girls are in groups?
They are. We set them up
Like
by
age groups?
Yes, ma'am.
So the Girl Scouts in general separate girls into groups by age. So we have daisies, brownies, juniors, cadets, seniors, and then ambassadors. And those levels are based upon age. And the reason for that is that grouping girls with similarly aged girls helps us target their developmental needs and really make sure that we're teaching them on a level that's appropriate for each girl. So at camp, you would be split into a camp group with girls in your age group, and those are the people you would participate in activities with.
And they probably, being the same age, would be interested in the same things. That's also important.
Well, they would at least be on the same learning level, but you might have one girl whose favorite activity is swimming, and another girl might really enjoy archery, and a third girl might prefer arts and crafts. But because our camp program is so diverse, we have something for everyone.
Okay, we're going to go to a quick break, and we're going to come back, and we do have that website, and I have the information here that I can contact our friends here if you didn't get it, and maybe you have a daughter or a granddaughter or somebody special in your life. It's a great opportunity for a girl. We'll be right back.